Come on, let's be positive. Just stop right there. No negativity. Let's be positive. LBP, let's be positive.
LBP, let's be positive. He's on holiday back in the old country, the old hometown, the old stomping ground in Oz. Out on the town in Sitters last night. We'll talk about that. How cool. What a great city to go partying in. The Doggies. Yes, was Friday night, SJ's last game. Can you win the whole thing if you finish outside the top four? Wallabies. Any talk about the Wallabies this week in the sports pages in Oz? UFC, America's Cup. I want to talk about the All Blacks. We've got so many topics, but first and foremost, mate, what's it like being back home, mate?
Oh, it's been pretty good the last week or so, Marty. Still got 10 or 11 days, I think, on this holiday. I've lost track. I did. I hit Sydney Town pretty hard last night. Wife and daughter went to Hamilton, the musical, down in Darling Harbour.
Right.
And I wanted no part of it. I
understand.
So I hit the town. 150 restaurants and bars within, I don't know, about a square kilometre. Found myself a little Italian restaurant, big bowl of spaghetti, couple of mimosas, 2 or 3 too many beers, and then I just hit the pokies, Marty. I did the Australian thing.
Go on.
And I hit the pokies. I tell you what's very interesting here. They keep the doors and windows open to the pokey section, and people are allowed to smoke inside.
Wow.
Which, I mean,
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. And you know what? It reminded me of how much I enjoy a smoke-free environment.
Yeah.
I mean, I came home, I stunk like cigarettes, I'd lost all my money on the pokies, and I had to stagger through the streets of Sydney to find the hotel, which I eventually did. But overall, 10 out of 10 for the night out in town.
And how did the girls enjoy that musical?
Oh, absolutely amazing. Souvenirs, books, programs. You know my daughter. She's a singer. She's when she finishes school next year, she wants to go to the National Institute of Drama. She's going to be a musical performer. That's her dream. So, I mean, she couldn't have been. They're absolutely glowing when she got home and couldn't stop talking about it. You know what it's like when the kids are able to sort of see the things that they see themselves as. Even though, like in Hamilton, they're all, black men, the idea of being on that stage, 2,200 seat theatre, it lights them up. So it's been fantastic, and heading up to the Hunter Valley today to see Mum and Dad.
Right, you've already been out to Belmore, mate. I mean, your Doggies aren't even playing. Hopefully get to see them next weekend because they're in town to play Shaun Johnson Stadium in the Waz tomorrow night. What did you do up at Belmore?
Oh, as we drove into the Canterbury Bankston area, the hairs on my arms were standing up, the chills. I went out to the stadium. I just looked around. I poked my head in the Leagues Club. I tell you what, the atmosphere there has never been this good in the last 2 decades. And we believe that it's possible for us to win it. And, of course, the history books come out. Brisbane won from 5th in about 1993, and the Doggies the last team to win outside the 4 in 95. And it's on the news. They're talking about it. I tell you what, the return of the Bulldogs this year is akin, I would say, to what it was like in New Zealand with Up the Waz last year. It's just a fantastic feeling. And look, I can't wait to see the game tomorrow night. But, we'll be returning to Sydney the following weekend, and that's when I'll be seeing the Bulldogs. I just hope. Hope that we put on a showing when we are in the finals, regardless of how we end up. But, 51-year-old man, goosebumps, going to a football stadium. It's just unbelievable.
So the Bulldogs have never been the most popular team. I mean, the Bulldogs are the antichrist for most teams until Melbourne Storm came along. Is it just because of the, riches to rags story? Because every year the NRL tends to throw up a team that comes from nowhere. And last year we had the Waz, but we also had the Newcastle Knights who won, 9 or 10 or 11 in a row or something like that. So and when you get a comp that the same crew tend to be at the same place, business end. The Panthers win 3 in a row. You expect the Roosters up there. You expect Melbourne Storm. Is it that kind of thing? Hey, we've just got a newbie on board.
You know what? I think there is a lot of that. You know, I haven't spoken to too many people that really want to see the Panthers do it again, and stayed with some friends down on the coast south of Sydney last week, and honestly, none of them want to see the Panthers triumph again. And it's not like they want to support the Bulldogs, but they're a Brisbane Broncos family. And so they know their season's in the toilet. So I tried to convince them to go blue and white. They just don't want the others to win.
Yeah, so that's
you're right.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
you know, it's someone else to like to back, as they might say, the underdogs, Marty. The underdogs.
Okay, I see what you're doing there.